Hi guys, look at this beautiful flower. It can be made in any yarn. The small one is a cotton yarn. This one is an acrylic and it really looks beautiful. You can see there are 3 petals on the top and 3 at the bottom, and it's not stitched. It's entirely crocheted. It's easy. Each petal takes up 3 chains. So it's 3, 6, 9. So I'll make a magic ring, and in this I'll put 9 single crochets. So you could either make a magic ring or chain 6 and join it with a slip stitch to get a ring. One single crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. Here in the center, you can leave as much gap as you want. If you want to put a bead, you can leave gap for that. Even without a bead, as you saw, it looks very pretty. So end it with the slip stitch. I'm making a slip stitch in the front loop only, just for this pattern. So I'll make a slip stitch and then we'll start the petal. So it's 3 chain, and then I'm making treble crochets. So after the chain 3, in the same space as the chain, I'm making treble crochet. 1, 2, and with the chain it is 3. Now I'll get into the next front loop only of the next chain, and I'll make 3 treble crochets here. 1, 2, 3. And in the third chain also, front loop only, 3 more treble crochets. 1, 2, and 3. this is the first petal, and you can see it's 3, 6, 9. So we have our 3 sets in the 3 chains, and that's the petal. To end the petal, I'll make a single crochet in the same space as the last treble crochet, and I'll keep it a bit loose, holding the treble crochet tight so that it doesn't fold up. And from here I'll go to the next chain, front loop only, and make a slip stitch there. So now I can begin my second petal just like I made the first one. So in this chain itself, I'll first chain 3, same space, and in the front loop only 2 treble crochets. So I have my 3 treble crochet set. For the next part of this petal, I'll enter the next chain, front loop only, and make 3 treble crochets. And the last chain for this petal, I'll just make sure I made my 9 treble crochets. Then single crochet in the same space and start the next petal in the next chain, front loop only, by making a slip stitch first and then chain 3. You can see there are exactly 2 chains left to finish our third petal. First set done, second set. This is the last set of the 3 petals. Single crochet in the same space and slip stitch just below In the next stitch, front loop only, just where we started our chain at the beginning of the flower. So a slip stitch. So the top part is over, the 3 petals are done. Now we'll proceed to making the lower part of the flower. Let's turn the flower, tighten the loop a bit, and make sure the tail is out of your way. Here you can see the back loops that we did not work on. You can see it very clearly. Count them. You will see exactly 9 strands. So the back part of the flower will work on these loops. So make sure you have your 9 loops correctly. You'll see a little gap between the first and the last loop where you can see this string, this yarn coming out, loop. So what I'm going to do is tighten the loop. So I'm between the first and the last loop in this space. I'll make a slip stitch in the very first strand so that there's no confusion. Keep it little loose so that adds to the circle of all the back loops and it makes the counting much easier. So I'll start my back petal from here. We'll keep the right side facing us and we'll just bend the petal and work on the back stitches. And it's exactly what we did for the front petals. Just a small change which I'll tell you. So we start with the usual chain 3. Triple crochet in the same space. One more triple crochet. Here we'll add one more triple crochet to the space, in the same space. So for the front petals we made 3 triple crochets. For the back petals we'll make 4. That will give it a fuller look. Now I enter the next chain. There's only 1 loop to work on. So I'll make 4 triple crochets in this space. In the next loop, the third part of the petal, let's count. It's 4 plus 4 plus 4. So 12 treble crochets in all. And then we start the next petal. And don't forget to make the single crochet in the same space and a slip stitch in the next. And then we start the next petal by making a chain 3. If you see, the back ones get a little ruffled. They gather up and it looks very nice. That's the reason for the extra stitch in the back petal. So these two I made with the extra stitch, and I really like the look of the flower because the upper ones look a bit flat and the lower ones look crumpled. While in this I made the same number of chains and you can see the effect. I don't know if it's very distinct, but you can see that they're almost the same. And it also depends on the kind of yarn. So you could try whatever you like. At the end of the last petal, there's a single crochet of the third petal and a slip stitch in the last, or actually the first loop. You can see the strand below the first petal. Just make a slip stitch there, pull your loop and cut the yarn.